Folks, I'm back here a little bit with Realm Adventure League. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, but they have now progressed alpha on, so I just wanted to show you the next stages. There's really not a lot of new stuff to add to this. Here is my initial login screen. You can see this league name has actually changed, and we are now in draft mode. So there should be other teams with me, and you can see that here. Actually, someone's already talking a little bit. Are you guys ready to? So, we'll be able to do some betting later, but now I have a set of 9 others in this group. It's good. When I last logged in, they must not have established this yet because I was the only one. These will be the people I'm actually playing against. And let's actually open up one of their teams here. It doesn't really show me much of anything. I was hoping maybe I would get a little bit. Oh, they've actually already pounded in motto here. Glad to see I'm actually the only one that has picked this press. So, moving along, they again have now established the teams. So, otherwise, the set my draft picks. I showed you how to do this before. That's already done. I set that up. This will go for, I believe, I forget how long. 1 day, 4 hours. So I guess come Thursday, this will switch over. Now there should be a draft order. This might actually mean order here, which I'll be number 2 picking. But you can see this, they're starting to add some information here. So if anyone that has done fantasy sports, you're very familiar with this system. So if I do not actually set my drafts, it will default for me. Now, I did change a little bit here. So understanding this, actually I'm draft position 6. Well, is not the best of places to be, but okay. We have 15 spots. Actually, only 10 of them are active, so the other 5 are sort of like your bench. So, what I'm doing actually, very first things I'm looking for are going to be tanks and healers. Those are going to be very rare commodity. So, we're obviously going to probably have 2 tanks, 2 healers per a 10-man group. The rest of the 8 BS. Now, I do want third or sort of backups. So down here, I'm actually going to switch from just DPS to selecting either let's do this, a tank and then a healer. The remainder will be alternates for DPS. We only need 2 here, so I'm actually going to start this way. I'm going to do 2 tanks, 2 healers, and then jump right in. I could set all, but I again want specifically some of the better of these 2 because we have a much more rich pool to draw from for the DPS. So I'm actually going to save that, and there we go. Now I've only selected, it looks like 9 tanks, 9 healers to pick from in a 10-team league. That could get kind of not so good. So I'm actually going to go ahead, and if we go to the tanks here, this will show me what's left. I'm going to add in just a few of these. There's going to be a lot more thought to this, but again, this is a why is that not letting me put that in? This is going to be an alpha, so the first go around is not going to necessarily be anything meaningful. That's going to be more learning the systems, making systems work. So I'm going to actually fill in all of these. I'm going to do the same with the healer here just to make sure. Now, I'm pretty certain if I did not actually have enough, it would default these. I'm going to go ahead and put. You can do a lot more thought to this. I showed you the sort of character sheets before. One of the things I'll show you here just a second, they've actually added a post to the forums, which you'll have to register to be able to see. I've already filled up my right here, and it's just a basic strategy guide or explanation of what we're doing. It's actually pretty detailed, so if you are interested in joining, actually at this point Alpha is shut down this go around. I think they're going to do it in January. This will be a good place to come and actually read. It explains draft order, kind of what you want for rosters, everything else going on. You can see their setup here. I actually did it a little bit different. Which is one of the things that it also explains very well are these character details. I'll learn more about that as I go, and an explanation of each of the individual things. One of the interesting things I did not realize before, simply because they're not really all in, are these traits and behaviors, and we'll actually come. And let me just pick. I'll do this DPS. I'm going to look at the character sheet. I don't know if this person has see anything. So I'm not going to actually go searching through to find specific ones, but they have these traits basically, and behaviors that are going to influence how the competition will go. Those are not full. But apparently all of these things will play some sort of role in how your team does. That includes actually each of these characters belong to certain guilds. So you could actually pick from a guild. As you would just from a team. Now, again, I'm not totally learned the pros and cons of all this, so I can't speak just yet, but that would be one way to go. You could pull your tanks, whatever combination from a single guild you could. Not. So this is the basic setup. Now I am set to go. So hopefully, on Thursday, this will all be locked in, and we'll do another video of what comes next. And really by this weekend, I think we should be doing the testing for the actual competition. So, again, if you're interested in this realm, Adventure League is the name of the game, and it's a fantasy sports type setting with actual fantasy characters. So I'm very curious to see how it goes, considering all fantasy sports are based off of reality, and this is not. So anyways, if you're interested, check it out. Again, I'll have the description. Yeah, it looks to be like potentially something pretty fun, depending on how it's implemented. You're going to learn just the same as me go along. Hopefully it turns into something good. So until next time, peace out, folks.